Moo and good evening, folks. What we have now is Herd Summer Racing League. The D category is the first to leave, and they are going in 10. We will be covering at least the D, C, and A pens, and we will go from there. Go fast, no crashing. And here we go. We'll see if we can find ourselves somebody to watch here in the D pen. It gets a little tough for the first few seconds until we get out onto the main part of the course. It looks like we do have Ollie here for sure, who we have watched before. I think it looks like as the only herd rider in D category, Ollie will be our default featured rider for this afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. Okay, and we are moving along. We're going to try a couple new features, but right now it is just me. We may be joined by a man on the course a little bit later, but I'm a little late in getting all of that set up right now. Okay, so moving along as I refer back to our schedule of events. The master events list has the first sprint coming up at the 1.4 kilometer mark. So we are 400 meters out from the D's hitting the first sprint. This is going to get very quickly messy as we go here, because I'm pretty sure that all of these categories are going to run into each other very fast. Okay, so this is the approach with the uphill up to the sprint and then the downhill sprint. I see Ollie's kind of at the back of the main group here. The right spot to be. We are 20 seconds from the C's. We will switch to them as soon as this goes. Ollie hits it hard as soon as he hits the start line from the back of that pack. Straight through, and I would wager... Yeah, looks like he's got the number 1 points on that one. Here we go to the C's. And they are off. See, there is Ernst, Chris Greenland, John Keenan. Let's follow John for a little bit here. I think pretty good chance we will switch to in between the herd riders in this category as we go. Okay, this is a pretty big bunch. It looks like, it looks like 23 riders in this lead group. And they will very quickly. So they're moving pretty fast. Just coming through here. Okay, looks like... Oh. Stuart Evans is tailgunning this big time. I think he may have thought the sprint was coming a little sooner than it was. Oh, he's going early. I guess once you're gone, you're gone. So he is going to hit the start line with a lot of speed to start, but we'll see what the difference is between that and the draft. Do have a new feature to try here later. So it looks like Stuart Evans, the 9.4. Yeah, it looks like that's not going to be one of the best times. No, it is second best. Only MacArthur. Herd Riders. Chris Greenland in, is that 5th? And John Keenan in 6th. So good showing first round through. We'll see how that goes. The bees should be ready to take off here shortly as I move back and forth here. I don't think I'm going to be able to see the first 3 minutes of the bees because of how I've got my cameras set up here. And... oh.
Right on!
Okay, so it looks like the bees are off. Oh. The A's are off. I completely missed the B's. Okay, who do we have? We have Loris Van de Castile in the A's. Looks like no herd riders in this time slot. We may skip forward and see if we can find a B rider here. Okay, excuse me a second as I made a mistake in setting something up and my new feature is not working, so I am going to make it work. Live points, I think, are worth the squeeze. Okay, so it... oh, there we go. Okay, so we have a bunch of times through this. Stewart is going hard early again. Looks like he's got some people in front of him to draft this time. That's going to work out a little better for him, I'm guessing. Okay, looks like this time through in the seas. I'm not even sure. Okay. So far. Okay, here we go. As I adjust some appearances here. There we go. Okay, now we do have the live scoring after 2 of the 7 sprints. It is Robert MacArthur of ATP first, having won both sprints. Stuart Evans of the Herd in second. AS, German racer. I've raced him in HSRL quite a number of times. Very well. Very good racer. Looks like a Cog Culture in fourth. Derek Broch, who I had a good race with last weekend on the Triple Twist course. And Chris Greenland in sixth. John Keenan in seventh. We'll cut back over to the Bs right now. So, watching Ollie. They are approaching the sprint one more time. I do have to say, Stewart's doing pretty well right now, but the technique Ali's pulling with the way he's tail gunning, I think might be the way to go on this course. That entry speed is important, but Stewart's making every sprint that little bit longer. And yeah, there's a lot of them and the climb to come. Okay, Ollie did very well on that one. I don't think he was top. It's hard to tell. I can't tell nearly as well in the Ds. I just don't have the same telemetry I've got in the C category. Back out we have the C's. It does look like there are 2 riders off the front in the C's. I'm not sure who that is. Chris is sitting there pretty good. John as well. Hitting it hard now through the oh, AS comes by Chris, and MacArthur I think beat him there as well. So looks like MacArthur is still, he's 3 for 3. Chris still in 6th. John still in 7th. So we have 4 more laps that we will go through here, and then we will come back to the KOM, and it will be after party time. Okay, looking at the seas, I'm just going to take a quick look up here. It looks like there are 3 riders off the front. That's MH from DZR, Hedgie, W. Hedgie, okay. William Hedgie, so he's sitting in, so they are 10th, 13th, and where Solberg is 12th on points right now. We'll just move back to the main group here, where we still have Stuart Evans, John Keenan, and Chris Greenland, all of the herd in this big group. Right now looks 14 riders in the main group. 3 C's up the road, and looks like 1 rider has fallen off the back here. So there are 4 points per place at the finish line, but with only 3 riders off the front, I think these riders are good to go to keep staying in this group. Yeah, it looks like John, being the lowest place of the herd riders right now, has a 6-point lead on the first of those front riders. That will likely get bigger as we go through lap by lap by lap and go through 7 of these sprints before we hit the climb. Back to the master events list. We are at 9.1 kilometers. The 4th sprint is at 9.7. At every 2.8 kilometers for each lap here. So we'll just follow Stuart Evans here. He sits, he's got AS and Broch with him. Chris Greenland and John Keenan all sitting back here, getting ready to hit this hard again. So Stuart's hit his draft power up early here. I think he's going to, yep, there he goes. He's got 1 rider in front of him. Bridge up into the draft of that first group. Ooh, MacArthur goes past him. AS is catching up. Okay, we'll see as this calculates the points over again here. Okay, looks like AS has overtaken Stuart. So Stuart's now sitting in 3rd. Chris in 6th. John in 7th. Chris is closing the gap. It's pretty tight. Only 3 points for 4th, 5th, 6th with Broch, Cog Culture, and Chris Greenland.
Right on.
Does look like a bit of a split here. Don't know if want to be dropping that group completely. So Stuart and John are 4 seconds off the back now. See if they can move their way up. I'm starting to think it looks like they're not closing right now. I'm just gonna go take a look. We've got Cog Culture. Where is Chris Greenland is sitting here. It looks like still have the 3 riders off the front. There's another rider stretching this out pretty good. So we'll see how this goes. Two more riders off the front. So this is where if you start letting those riders go, that's a lot of points that the winner has over the winner of this group. Even not sure that it will even make up for the points on the remaining 3 sprints. So we'll see. Looks like Chris Greenland is covering a couple riders who are looking at closing the gap to those riders just taking off now. There's still, I believe, those 3 riders off the front by 25 seconds. Okay, switching to the D's as they go through this sprint one more time. Ollie's hitting it hard. And new PR, 10.35. So there's a pretty good chance if he didn't win that one, he was likely close. Oh, and I am having a... It's entirely possible that the rest of the world can hear Chris Greenland and I cannot. Would not be the first time such things have happened. Okay, there we go. If Chris talks, I can probably hear him now. He is muted now. Looked like a good go there. So Chris has moved his way up into 5th place. He is now only 3 points back of Stewart for 3rd. MacArthur is still 5 for 5 winning these sprints. We'll see how he does on the climb. And John Keenan has faded a bit down to 9th. Okay, Chris Greenland, if you can hear me, I am likely to hear you now.
Nice, we did it. Congrats, Craig.
It took me a minute to notice you were there, to be honest.
Same.
So how's this going for you in the CPAC?
Yeah, we've just got sprint 5 of 7. Pardon me for being a little winded. It's like 2K between sprint intervals.
It's quite the interval workout. You've got the looks like 3 riders off the front still. And
yeah, we're just letting them dangle there.
Yeah.
We had, honestly, going into this, my kind of plays into my strengths, so nobody goes too crazy off the front.
Yeah.
Like I can go orange a bunch of times and then finish with a good 5-minute effort.
Absolutely. So your placings have gotten better and better as we've gone on. I do have my live scoring widget on, and it does look like you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you've worked your way back up to 5th in live standing.
All right, that was always the plan. Let some people burn their matches early, consolidate points in the second half.
Yeah.
And then leave something in the tank for the climb and the finish. So,
so
going to plan so far.
Yeah, so, I mean, MacArthur's won every sprint, so that's going to be tough. AS, I've raced a lot in HSRL. I don't know if you have, but he's tough, so good luck here on out.
Yeah, thanks.
If you drop out as they approach the sprint here. Okay, so looking back at the Ds, it looks like there are... Yeah, it is pretty strung out now. The group is blown up. Ollie's sitting in 3rd with one other rider with him. They're 3rd and 4th of a pretty big group that looks like it's 15 plus riding. So I don't think that was one of Ollie's best sprints. I think that was we'll put a little push in, we'll survive this one. So just moving back to watch the C's. And we have, okay, everybody who's been sprinting is sitting back, looking to tail gun. Broch AS and MacArthur at the furthest back. Not surprising. Those are some of the top guys. Chris going big time, using his draft power up. Sitting there right behind Cog Culture. Okay, it just sits there and goes. Okay, well done, Chris. Looks like that has moved you up. Now sitting in 3rd, 8 points back of AS for 2nd, 20 points back of MacArthur, who has still won every single sprint.
Not much in the lap traffic, which is a little surprising.
Yeah, I mean, there's riders everywhere, but it seems like almost looks more like everybody's going pretty close to the same speed.
Yeah.
I don't think the A's or B's are going faster than you guys.
Ride on.
I don't think I've seen a single B yet. Good.
I think it's
A there.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty small pen. Okay, I'm actually looking for somebody with my uncommitted camera here that it was supposed to be the B category. There he is. Looking for Paul Peggy Evans. And Mark John is here too. So they're actually in the same group as John Keenan and Stuart Evans have dropped back to.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Though it looks like they just, yeah, so a couple of the B riders accelerated there. Looks like they have dropped John and Stuart, so.
Right on.
Not sure if they got a lift through a segment or not.
We're coming up on our final sprint before we have the after party, I guess.
Yeah, there we go.
Like a shorter recovery.
Hardy it is. Yeah, this will be the last, and then 19.7, the KOM will start. Some would say the real race starts.
Some.
I wouldn't be one of them.
I think, of course.
Okay, coming up to the start of the segment, everybody's pushing a few riders going really hard. Looks like a lot of riders starting to maybe measure their efforts a little bit with the climb coming up so soon. So it's not lapped riders, but you guys actually haven't caught Ollie, who is third in the Ds. So that's kind of where I'm saying everybody's going pretty close to the same speed here.
Nice, go Ollie.
So Ollie's just a couple seconds ahead. Not much for... He's only with one other rider. He got the tail gun on him a little bit. I think. This is reverse. I can't remember which one starts where.
Looks like this is the second line.
I think this is the second line, yeah.
There's Ollie.
It'll be interesting to see whether that what happens here. I think those first three riders are too far away. I don't think you guys have much of a chance of catching.
Right on.
What happens here?
Yeah, so looks like Peggy Evans and Mark John are just a little bit behind your group now. Okay, looking at Ollie, he has now 18 seconds on the D rider he was with. We'll see whether he's able to bring back the next one up the road. Looks like he's got about 15 seconds. Chris, you're sitting here. 4th place. And yeah, there goes MacArthur, who won all the sprints, just back to the back of the group you're with there. Nicely done with the tail gun here. So you guys have Broch 14 seconds up the road, AS 10. You guys can catch those guys. That's going to be a pretty good climb. Oh, he's still sitting in 3rd, 15 seconds back from Lions in 2nd. Don't think Ollie is quite to the actual KOM segment yet. Mark John looks like he's sitting in 3rd. I guess right with you, Chris. Good catch on AS there. Ollie's doing well. Cut that down to 10 seconds. Climbing very well here. So as we're on this climb segment, point standings as it sits, MacArthur with 347, AS with 334, Chris Greenland, our featured rider, 328, Derek Broch has 327, Cog Culture 321, Stuart Evans 317. And it is 1 point per place for the climb time and 4 points per place for the finish. The finish line is right here, and boom. Okay, not quite sure what happened there, but it appears to have broken my points.
The finish line is the KOM banner.
Yeah, the finish line is the KOM banner, but
yeah.
Most riders don't have finish points yet, so yeah.
Yeah. Thought we had a few extra meters after that, but no worries.
Yep. So Ollie has caught Lions for 2nd place. Good job, Ollie. And I think, yeah, 1st place has already finished. If he can, he's got 3 seconds on Lions. If he can hold it across the flats, that will be a pretty good one. Chris, that was a terrific climb up that last.
Yeah, saved it for the last two ramps.
Yep.
Ooh, gonna throw up now though.
Did you win that?
Yes, I got the polka dots and
Okay.
results showing me first in the race results. So
Yeah. Oh.
maximum points in the last two.
Yeah. So
I see how that shakes out.
I think you got first for the KOM and first for the race.
Yep.
Give it a minute to see how things shake out, but right now it looks like you've got the win.
Oh man, that would be. I figured MacArthur would have it, but I guess it all depends on what happens behind, right? Okay.
So looks like Ollie got second in the race, second on the KOM. We'll just have to see how that sorts out. I don't have the live scoring for any categories other than C. So everything else we will have to go and find out afterwards. Chris, that was one heck of a race. Excellent pacing to bring that back on points at the end.
Yeah. Either way, however it shakes out, I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah.
Plan and how I executed it.
Absolutely. There's a possibility things might mix up as any riders that are DQ'd on Zwift Power will still show up in these points, or who aren't on Zwift Power. So sometimes there's a difference, but this is the best we can do for live.
Have you already shared the sauce bolt-on that you're using for this? I'm curious to know how that all works.
Yeah. So so the sauce plugin that is from I think it's the Zen Master package of plugins of the custom mods for sauce for Zwift, and this one is done by Aaron Terra, who is of the herd, and it's very well done and works perfectly for Herd Summer Racing Day. So nice, well done to him. So. Sign off, everyone. Good luck with your own races, and we will talk to you later. Oh, I think that is. We've got another. Peggy, how's the race?
Hello.
Hey, Peggy.
Pretty tough.
I'd say, yeah.
I was fighting against Mark John, so. I think he got me on the first couple of sprints, but I think I got the hang of it after that.
Yeah, no, it was. That's a rough one. We were just looking. It looks, at least based on my sauce live scoring, it looks like Chris got the C's. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what worked out with you guys, because that looked like you guys were going back and forth there.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, good stuff. So, here we go. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Have yourself a good race this weekend. Moo and good night.